even though you're supposed to have privacy while driving a Tesla, turns out that the employees are sharing images amongst each other. And the reason that I decided to make the video is because two chuckleheads told Reuters that they weren't bothered by the sharing of images, saying that customers have given their consent, or that people long ago had given up any reasonable expectation of keeping personal data private. And these are ex-Tesla employees who, while leaking information as they were working there, are now also gaslighting the public into believing that, well, you shouldn't really care about your personal data. And apparently the personal data is quite invasive because technically the car that is sharing is anonymous, but some people had their data from their garage leaked or data from their inner courtyards, and of course it's not okay. Like by this definition, you shouldn't expect to have your personal data kept. Well, you should have expected Equifax, right? And it is concerning because if modern politicians would have their say, you would not be able to drive any classic car, right? Like anything that's working on gas, like the type of car that your father and grandfather drove, you shouldn't be able to drive them. You should drive only these types of spywares that are collecting information. And not only that, like it's said in Reuters that one more gruesome video showed a Tesla which ran over a kid on a bike, and the kid was flying in one way, the bike in another, and the employees were sharing that. I think that it's not really a good look, right? Like if you work for a car company, even though you're not the one that's at fault for causing the accident, sharing the video around and going OMG LOL doesn't really look good in the papers now, does it? So yes, they are mired in a scandal right now. People are very upset about this, and the reason apparently these cars are sharing this information to begin with is that Tesla needs to train its AI. And in order for it to train the AI, it uses the million cars that are in traffic in order to constantly record things and be able to send that information back so that they can better train their AI systems. But even though they constantly say that, well, the information is anonymous, using the various landmarks, using various things around the area, it is possible for people to be able to locate the car. I mean, if you were to take a picture of a car driving and you put it on 4chan, within hours, people are going to figure out who's driving, where they are, what type of model, so on and so forth. So this is indeed a privacy concern, despite what the ex-employees from Tesla are saying. Yeah, I mean, most people, unfortunately, give credence to what the employees are gaslighting. That, yeah, they don't care about their personal data as much. I think they should. Especially if this is the model for the future, where people are going to drive these types of cars. It is not okay, because my parents, for example, fought against a regime which did exactly that, like spied on people. But like the interesting thing is that the greatest element that communists invented was the micro concrete. So you had one layer of concrete, one layer of microphones, one layer of concrete, one layer of microphones. This is how like houses were built, so that the government could spy in on people. And most people didn't like finding microphones in their homes. But now people want the microphone. They want the Alexa. They want the car. They want the AI toy robot. Like they really enjoy having these things in their homes so that they can spy on them. So yeah, like we are moving towards a place where it's not the government that is trying to push spyware on people, like people that do want the spyware into their life. I even wondered, like, why exactly is the Tesla capable of recording stuff from within the car? And apparently that's a system for burglary, so or damage. So if you drive it, like if someone tries to steal the car, you can see their face and whatnot. And apparently it shouldn't be logged. Like you shouldn't have this information be sent to the company, but it is. And the employees who are supposed to just keep that information, they're sharing it around amongst themselves as jokes, and because I guess there's not enough control there. But there's pictures of people naked in their cars, right? So like compromising pictures, which again is very disturbing. But what can you do? What can you do? You know, like I guess like what you can do is to put a rubber band on it. It's kind of funny, but I remember certain pictures of Zuckerberg and other CEOs, and if you watched in the background, they would have a laptop, and on that laptop there would be a rubber band on the camera. Not a rubber band, a duct tape, sorry, on the camera. Very interesting, isn't that? I found it to be very interesting. Let me know what you guys think, though, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.